Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Café Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Café Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast. As Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
So I grabbed myself and called 888-994-4995 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning.
So get ready for the time of your life.
Shake off your sleepies, buckle up, because it's showtime.
Welcome to the morning show. There's only one crew member.
One brew member? I know.
We only got one brew member.
I'm glad you're here early today, Miss Teddy. She came early, and nobody else is here yet.
No, one brew member, and we decided to do our morning brew because we haven't done it in a couple of days. It goes to show you when you go on remote,
What it takes?
the downtime that happens during a remote deal because of all the work it takes. But we could use the rest anyway.
What rest? What do you I don't know what rest you got going. We had people waiting for us here yesterday morning at 8:30.
I got plenty of rest.
Morning, Slick.
You ever seen the guy stumble into a place?
I thought he was bringing like a suitcase.
He stumbled. You tripped.
What did you say?
But when you have
A
power
power
slick.
Oh, Power Slick. Powerful Slick is what it is. It's Wednesday already, but wow, what a weekend we had. We recovered a little bit. Well, Monday we spent putting studios back together. Yesterday we had people at our doorstep before we even got to the
I
doorstep.
know they were waiting at the door. That was kind of scary. I said, who the hell's in my parking spot?
One after another after another. It's
But
just bigger than when you even realize.
Did you ever think that people would be waiting at the door for you? I thought it was the villagers.
It was the villagers, it was our friends, but it's nice to have the morning show back. We got Teddy with us, Slick is in the house, talk about some things and topics that are happening out in the world. Did you see, I gotta ask Teddy and Slick what they think, Dr. Seuss. 6 of Dr. Seuss's books
We
are
talked
out
about
of
this
production.
yesterday. I think it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, I understand,
No, I don't
but
understand
I
any of that.
understand.
Dr. Seuss was never written in that vain format about race or anything. Come on now.
It wasn't intended that way, but I guess that is the perception of what it is.
So now we live life as perception.
I know. 6 books of his 60 have been taken out of production.
That's ridiculous. It's like
Including, like, Put Me in the
Catcher in
Zoo.
the Rye was taken out of production when I was in high school, so we got to read it, and then they banned it. You couldn't do it because of the suicide.
So here's my question. What committee actually says, you know what, I'm going to go through all the Dr. Seuss books and see if they are racially against
Racial
humanity?
inequality?
Yeah.
No, the funniest thing was this morning on the news, the guy that I watched, he goes on to say how his son doesn't want Dr. Seuss. He throws it out of the bed. So the kid must sleep with, the kid's young, like 5 to 6. He must sleep with 7,000 books. So he threw out the 6 books.
Oh.
And I'm laughing. I'm like, really? Come on.
Here's, I
Seriously?
got to tell you, I'm all about everything that we do, and I'm all about humanity, but
Well, some things are classics.
I've
of
just
book.
had enough of people fighting and enough of negativity and enough of the nitpicking that people do. Why can't they just overall just learn from this experience?
I don't know. We're going to say good morning to Lisa de Destino.
We met Lisa on Sunday.
Yes, Lisa, how are you? Good morning, and again, good morning.
And say good morning to Bubs, because I know Bubs is going to get the notification that we are on air. So good morning to you, Bubby.
And they fixed Bub's Facebook link
Did they?
page? Did you fix your?
We are trying to fix her Facebook.
It's got to be one finger digital bingo.
Well, she wants to get off Facebook and just do like YouTube because now she can get it on the TV.
She watches on her phone.
Yeah,
If she asks Siri to put it on, it will.
I'm trying. She doesn't have an iPhone.
Do you know that if you go to Anchor or if you go to anything on your Siri phone, I don't know what phone that is.
iPhone?
Okay.
Okay.
If you go to that and you tell Siri to play the Brooklyn Cafe podcast, it pops up. What are you laughing at? Mr. Grumpy? You've been grumpy all week. For the last 5 days, you've been Mr. Grumpy.
I don't
No,
think
I'm
he's been
actually-
grumpy. He's
I'm-
just been a little
I'm actually
preoccupied.
excited though because if you guys didn't see the new update on Instagram doesn't show likes anymore.
Really?
You know, so they're
I never knew it
tackling-
did.
They're tackling cyberbullying, so it's kind of like if you, Don, Teddy like my photo, it'll say Don and others like my photo. It doesn't really show.
Doesn't give you how many.
Doesn't give you how many anymore.
It's really interesting because I know people post and they go, I don't understand why it's only got 10 posts or
Yeah,
why did this
10
get
views.
100? I feel like
They should take the view thing.
well, that's what
off
he just
as
said
well.
they did.
No, on Facebook they should do it
They
too.
only took off the likes.
But they only took off the likes on Instagram, but not Facebook.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because Facebook asked us to do a survey yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I got to tell you.
And I made this one sit with me to answer the question.
Yes, you did.
Because you know what happens when Dawn takes a survey? Halfway through, she stops. That's it, I'm done. No,
I'm
you're
done.
not.
That was more than 10 minutes.
It was 10 minutes.
It said it was a
Dawn.
10-minute survey, and halfway through I said to you, I'm done. And you said, nope, we're going to finish
Yeah,
this
finish it.
survey.
Well, that's not the first survey I've taken for Facebook. It's about the fifth.
I have no attention span to that.
The sharing out now where you can go personal, you can go business.
Uh-huh.
I put in for that.
Is that how you knew how to do it?
That's how I knew how to do it.
I don't know how. you
Also,
have
the
patience to do it.
notifications I get on Instagram, so people come on, and I said, this is an interesting concept. Why don't you come on the show? I put
There's
in
a
for
lot of
that.
interesting things going on. We got to find out what our cruising is interesting because I'm just at a whole nother level
Well, this
of
guy's
figuring
been
it out.
like The Walking Dead. You know, I watched a zombie movie. I said, okay, let me see if I find.
I don't think he
Slick.
felt
Oh,
well.
there it is.
You feel better now,
Oh,
Slick?
Oh yeah, of course.
you're not
yeah.
feeling well, I heard. A little pregnant. Yeah.
Little pregnant, yeah, of course, yeah, morning sickness. No, I wake up with that.
How you doing, Teddy?
I'm doing good.
It's been
You
a
know,
long time
it's
since
surprising.
Teddy ran our morning board.
Yes, and she got here early, and she's like $1,000,000 lit up. You got out, and usually it's the other guy
Look at
over
the
here.
smile.
Yeah,
She's all
yeah.
chipper. She's
all
moving
on
things
point. You gotta
around.
watch what you say, because she's on cue.
She's already got that other thing going that we asked her to do.
I know, she's on cue today. And
She's
the other
good.
one over here is Mr. Sluggo. Let me sluggish around.
No, actually, I wasn't trying to sluggish around, but stuff happens, you know, traffic, people.
Now, you've always done that. And normally you come in with the wheel squeaking and the music
That wasn't
blaring.
a real.
Yeah, we didn't even hear his car, did we? I was
That's
usually
Israel's
Israel's car.
You didn't have
That's
the music
crazy.
on.
That's Israel's car.
That's Israel's car. That's
No, it's
sweet.
his.
But no,
He goes,
that- oh no, if you would hear that,
please
it'll
don't
probably
stop
be
that
tight.
music. I'm like, from in here.
You hear the music, yeah, of course.
I have to hold all the
Yeah.
paintings because
It's kind of like a
Slick is
party
in
in
the
the
parking
morning
lot.
for me, yeah.
Party in the morning. Say good
Yeah.
morning to Natasha Diskin all the way to
Which one?
Manchester.
yes, Natasha, we are going to be doing something with Natasha. And Guy was here yesterday. I'm going to put a conference call. I'm going to try to put a deal together.
So Natasha, we've got the women's styling with you in Manchester. Now we're going to do the man's styling here in Boca. And we're going to go in and kind of do a what not to wear, queer eye for the straight guy kind of thing.
First of all,
Cafe
Clear Eye for the
style.
Straight Guy was a
TV show.
no, but it was a different type of TV show, wasn't it?
No. It
It
was
was-
like someone says to you, this, no, let's find something better for you to wear.
I don't want to watch that.
But it was a good show.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to watch it.
Kind of like the whole males version. So we're going to go over to
It's
Guy
a man
LaFerrera.
cave show, really?
Teddy, do you hear what happened yesterday? So Val she tags Amy and she tags Guy. Now I know the name of Guy's store is Guy LaFerrera. Val writes, Amy Rashevsky and Guy LaFer. So I said, Guy, what's your last name? He says, Ferreira. Why? I said, just wondering if you abbreviated it all or not. Val forgot the rest of the guy's last name.
Hey, listen,
She got Ferr, and
I
she
would have
forgot.
changed his name to Smith.
Corrected halfway through.
I would have changed it to Smith.
She's like, oh, okay, I forgot his name.
Okay, so I want to try something new for the morning show
Okay.
because I want to wake him up. See, I got Mr. Bumbles over there. What's he doing? What do you think he's doing?
He's
I was
got
doing
some
a
dishes
survey.
over there.
He's doing a survey.
Good morning, Tina Marie.
He has 5% attention here and 95%
I'm here.
over there.
I'm here.
So I want to know, yesterday to today, something must have happened in your life. What happened? What do you want? What can you talk about something special that happened or not special that happened in your life in the last 24 hours? Boy, this is a tough question. Look, I smell the wood burning. You went to work yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing happened special? You're always on your phone, so something must be going on.
Oh no, nothing. I don't think nothing that's.
Nothing? Your phone has all that attention and nothing's going on?
No, I'm not usually on my phone at work. But I'm on my phone. You're right, I am. But nothing really special happened. It was like a regular day to day, you know.
Regular day. He's ready for some styling.
You know.
You didn't read anything? You didn't see anything on the news? You didn't
Oh
read
no!
something
Besides the alerts that I seen from, like I know.
talking to your mic.
Like I know what is it? I what is it? There was a couple, you know. There was this guy from Degrassi that died. He died at 29.
From the what?
Degrassi, really?
Oh, yes,
Degrassi
yes.
Next Generation. There was a guy that
I
died.
saw that
and
yesterday.
then I was reading
Who
about
is
them.
he?
Oh, I don't know who he is, but he was a part of the next generation of
That's
Degrassi.
sad.
Yes, and I heard that was big time, and they were doing
Wow.
something on the set to celebrate his death and all that, like a
Yeah.
celebration of life.
And then
Wow.
what is it? Also, I was just reading about the whole cyberbullying thing on why Instagram took off their likes. They're gonna do it to Facebook as well. It's just like they don't want people to worry about likes. They want just people to post. And being that we've been in quarantine and a lot of people are on their phones, like myself,
Yeah.
they want to take off these likes to like reduce cyberbullying and reduce people from actually, you know, want people to post more instead of posting less because they're worrying about their numbers. You know?
And that's a good point because in the business, when people come up to you and say, "Why do I have small views?" they think that that's
Indicative of.
what they're doing, and it isn't true whatsoever. And if you're in this game to get numbers, then go buy a notebook and some crayons and write numbers in the notebook because that isn't going to help the situation. It's not going to help your business either.
True, and like I feel like what is it? Not I feel like, but it's bringing down some influencers. So like those verified situations, like those influencers that claim that they're influencers that are stamped by Instagram, they're not going to be influencers anymore. Everybody's going to be at an even playing field. They say.
Well,
Did you
that's
guys see, there's
interesting.
a show on cable on something, and they made up an influencer. I don't know if, Teddy, if you've seen this either. And they went through all the ranks, and they went in and they took IP addresses, and they made this entirely fake influencer account. And they got her into all the big influencers and what it takes to do this, and how there's a woman, a girl, and a guy. They've done this for a couple people, and how you handle that pressure as an influencer. And one of them did really well. This girl, she got on the bus and she was going all through the west coast of the United States and taking pictures in the desert and all these girls being together and makeup and clothing products. And not so glamorous, changing in the back of a bus or changing outside a photo shoot, doing everything you have to do in the bus and getting back on. The guy that I saw, he couldn't handle it. And he had to actually take himself off because it was creating these fake IP addresses. And then they actually start going in. I thought of Gio and saying, are these likes and are these impressions even real, or has
Yeah, but
somebody
who put 'em
bought
in
them?
there?
There was a company, they were doing this whole social experiment on what it takes to become an influencer and what it does to your psyche if you see all of these numbers. And this was truly done as me saying to you, Freddie, I'm going to make you a celebrity as an influencer, and we're going to buy the IP address, we're going to do everything the wrong way, but it's going to get you the notoriety that you think. How do you feel about it? And they knew going into this experiment, but some of them could handle the pressures and some of them could not.
Well, it's interesting you say that because we are an Amazon influencer. I have an account, and for any product that we buy, that people buy, they give us a percentage of credit towards anything. The problem is that she's the one that orders the stuff, and so we're not getting the credit. So they sent me an email. You're an influencer, but you have this other account going on over here. What's going on? So we need to address that as well. Maybe we can sit there. I can't figure
Maybe
out.
you can add me to the account
Maybe that's what we need to do. The problem is,
because I order a lot.
well, the problem is that now that I've discovered the world of Prime, you know Prime.
Everything is Prime, yes.
Everything is Prime. You get all these discounts. They keep tabs of what you're ordering, so that makes you an influencer. Now, the Super Bowl, YouTube, was all about the YouTube influencer program. It wasn't about anything else on YouTube. It was about the influencer program. So everybody and their puppy is asking for their page to be subscribed to so they can hit the magic number. You know what the magic number is in subscriptions?
10,000.
And there you would have it. And what happens at 10,000?
If you get, last I read, if you get 10,000 subscribers, you get about 1,000 average views per video, and you get like consistent engagement. You can get paid from the ads that are on your video, which even if you have like 300 ads, you get maybe 3 pennies from it. Just a side
That's
note.
true. And you can become a YouTube influencer so that your videos can generate income on the commercials that they're going to place.
That you don't get any control over.
That you have no control
Ah.
over. So if there's a commercial that you don't agree with, you can't take it off. And this is all part of that deal. But everybody thinks that the money that you make on these influencer programs is going to pay your rent. Well, your rent better be $15 a year.
And Dylan, it would work for you.
It worked for you. So I have a multiple number of YouTube accounts because I use it for different things. If you add all that together and put all the subscribers in one room, I wouldn't even have 600. And I've been doing it for 12 years because I never saw that influencer program being. I like to give people freedom of choice. So what Slick is talking about, influencer has a fine line between influencer and those that are bullies to use influencer programs on the net, which is always hiding things. You gotta be very careful with it. So that's big news about the bullying thing.
That's
And I
tremendous.
got like one more thing as well. Like I applied for a new job. Hopefully I get it.
Wow,
But
it's a good thing nothing in your life ever happens.
No, it's actually an acting role. You know, I applied for an acting role for Euphoria season 2.
Wow.
It's this guy called Jameson. Basically, he's doing some sort of nude scenes, but I don't know with who. Hopefully, it's with Zendaya.
So let me get this right.
and
You
hopefully they
applied
pick me.
for the show because of the nude scene?
No, I didn't apply for the nude scene.
You know,
I was
you're gonna
reading
wear-
the description,
you're
but
gonna
that
wear-
was the first thing that came
Did you
out.
try out for it?
Yeah, no. What is it? I sent the face shot, and I sent like I can't send I don't have a movie reel. I'm not an actor at all. But they was doing a call casting for.
You know, it's a good thing. I
Season
know a
2.
production company that could hook up your portfolio next time you do those things. It
Hey,
was the
maybe
right
they-
way of doing it.
But I love Euphoria, so like I wanted to be
Yeah,
a
but
part
if
of that
you
show.
want a portfolio, if you want to pursue that, there's a
Yeah.
right way of doing it.
Okay.
Natasha, guy, the clothing, everything we talked about yesterday.
Okay, I can. I say next time they have like a season 3. Hopefully they do pick
Why don't
me.
you
If
put a
not,
portfolio together?
yeah. I mean, I have a portfolio with my audio. Like I'll say for radio.
No, that's not a portfolio, son.
No,
That's just a
no.
audio.
Air check. I got an air check and a reel. For.
You have a sizzle?
Yeah. Sizzle. What is a sizzle? That's like chicken, isn't it?
That'd be
Hold
like
on.
the Sizzler. You
Wow.
gotta let us know how that goes.
Can we fill this with vodka, please?
Fill
Vodka
this
to
cu-
go.
Oh my gosh, we needed that yesterday.
But yeah, it's a nice. It's a
Okay.
nice movie role.
It is, if you get it.
Hopefully, if I
Mazel
get it.
tov if you get
And
it.
see,
Yeah.
wow.
Hopefully,
yes,
it's with
let's see.
Zendaya. You know, the scenes are with Zendaya. That's probably.
All right,
That's probably why
there's
I
nothing
applied
more
for it.
that I look forward to in the rest of my life than to watch you naked on the big screen.
Oh yes, cheeks and all.
You can tell Teddy's not listening because she's not.
I heard there's a nude scene, and I went, wow, these recipes look really interesting.
But you know what? Let me ask you a question. If Hollywood came back to life and they offered you a movie role, a leading role, and pay you $15 million, and in that movie you have to do a naked shot, a sexual scene, whatever, would you do it? Good morning. Would you do
Absolutely.
it?
You lost me at movie role. I hate acting. I did it for most of my life, and I hate
You
it.
You would
did?
turn away
I
$15
did.
million?
You were acting?
I did, yeah.
You were an actress.
Can
I
look
went
us
to
it over there.
school for it, yeah. That's when
Wow.
I was in theater since I was 7, and I acted all the way through.
You don't like it?
I hate it.
You?
That's why I went to the backstage. That's why I started doing costuming and set design, because I hate being on stage.
Does it make you nervous?
No, I don't like having to memorize the lines. I don't like having, because a lot of the time the characters I got, because I'm tall and I was older looking, so I got like the very motherly characters, which I hated. I just wasn't into it. I'd rather be able to do what I want to do and create and design stuff.
Now, when you make a movie,
Just like
you
me.
remember the lines, but they sort of let you ad-lib the lines because nobody's going to remember a book of lines. That's just crazy. So you don't like being in the movie? You would
do
never, nothing
Nope.
in the movies? Wow.
What about voice acting?
You need, grab a
Voice
mic.
acting I would do. Yeah. Wait,
Right there.
Oh, that was good too.
Well, that one's good too.
just tell me what number is on the thing.
3.
3? Okay.
It's all rolled up. We don't.
Wait till you see how everything's nice and organized now in this studio, guys.
And it's going to stay that
You know what I
way.
realized today is Teddy Unscripted did not go on yesterday.
You had to, you see, I didn't want you to
not.
take that one because you got to go underneath and around. Yeah, because you're moving her cam. You're moving her cam. I go underneath and around. But because she told you to grab it, I didn't say anything.
I realized that this morning that we didn't do Teddy Unscripted yesterday.
I know, I got to get back on the ball on that.
Well, there's a lot of ball getting back on in here. We're going to be doing a lot of ball stuff.
Oh, one more thing.
Of course. It's a good thing that and
He's
he's
got
looking at his
nothing
phone
going
to
on.
remind him of his life.
because I had an interesting, like, I'll say a couple days. Because, what is it? Even Vinny, because he hated on the movie, I had to watch it again. Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry came out with the live action. It's
It was not
amazing
good?
movie.
The
It's amazing.
cartoon?
It's an
I say it didn't
amazing-
look good. I don't give it a try, but that's
The cartoon?
Yeah, the cartoon is an amazing
How old are
movie.
you, 4?
What are you talking about?
No, you're
It's
talking about the
Tom
live
and
action
Jerry.
movie.
It's a live action movie.
There's a Tom and Jerry movie, not the cartoon.
Correct. It's a Tom
And
and
what
Jerry
is the
movie.
Tom and Jerry movie?
It's all
Pretty
about,
much-
Tom and Jerry and their same antics, and then
Isn't it like
it's about
Space Jam, where it's like cartoons in the real world?
correct, yeah.
But it takes place in a hotel.
Takes
And
place in a hotel. It's about a marriage. You guys should
Where
watch
did you
It's
see it? On IMAX television theater?
Oh no, I actually no HBO Max. Yeah, HBO Max. Sorry,
I don't have HBO Max.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I
Use my
refuse.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to. The reason I don't subscribe is because they're going to destroy the movies. And I like the movies. And it's
You
gonna
may
come
have it
back.
without even knowing. It comes with some cable subscriptions.
Yeah, it came.
No, my
yeah.
cable subscription sucks.
Do you see Borat 1, Golden Globes?
yes.
Really?
Borat 2.
Really?
Yes.
That you watch.
Golden Globes, not Borat. I didn't see. I walked out of Borat 1, so I was not inclined to watch Borat 2.
I love Borat 1.
I've never walked out of a movie. Borat 1 was the one that I just like.
Very nice.
Actually, 2 movies I walked out when Chelsea was born because she cried through Batman, so I had to leave. Borat 1, I could not even stomach. I was insulted and offended, and I can't even. So the
I
fact
think-
that Borat 2 won the Golden Globes,
I think that was the whole point of the movie.
well, it were, because I was offended and insulted.
What's the name of the 50 Shades?
50 Shades of Grey?
They had 1 and 2, right?
Uh-huh.
I went to
3.
see. Oh, 3? Do they have a 3?
Yeah.
Well, I want to say I want to see 2 or 3, one of those, right? And I'm sitting there, and I was shaking up the margaritas because I sit in the back and I make drinks, you know. And in the middle of the movie, these 4 guys get up and they leave their wives. They says, "This is a ba 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 beep 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 beep. I'm out of here." So I'm shaking up my margarita, and it says, "Well, can you get the hell out of here quietly? You're messing up the movie." I'm gonna tell you, that was bad. That movie was bad. But the guy says, "Oh, you've been making drinks back there all night, and I've been hearing and you're gonna tell me to be quiet?" And blah blah blah. Everybody says, "Shut up."
I gotta tell you, what's wrong with people? So, did you see Borat 2?
Yes. Me and my whole family.
Did you guys see it, Teddy?
You went
Slick?
together?
No,
No, we saw
I
it.
don't.
It was on
I
I
don't
can't
like
say I
movies like
watched
that.
it. I can't say I watched it.
I've never seen any of them. I can't stomach
It
that
was
stuff.
interesting what won the Golden Globes, is all I can tell you.
I didn't even watch it.
All I can tell you is what interesting.
Susan.
You know, we're in National Women History Month.
Again?
In case it's not always about
Wasn't
women
it
in
last
history.
month National
Black
Women
History.
Found the World Month, and
It's
before
Black
that,
History.
women went to the moon
And, well,
month?
I gotta tell you, it always seems to be Women Recognition Month. Anyway, they interviewed Kobe Bryant's wife and what
was
she
having
is.
a big fight with the one that accused Bryant of in 2000. Yeah, go ahead. You heard about that, right?
No.
What?
Kobe Bryant was accused of raping a woman, molesting a woman, and they were going to go to court, and they settled out of court. And the woman came out and said Kobe might have been alleged, but he's still a rapist. And the
Well,
wife
now
was
that you
denied.
bring that topic up,
Well, I'm just telling you, this is what happened.
I
Yeah,
don't
it happened
understand.
yesterday.
I don't understand physical abuse and emotional abuse.
Well,
I
back to
don't
that again.
understand because it's been like on our doorstep for a week now.
Well, I want to add
on
another.
a whole nother level that
wanna
I
add
can't
another
believe
level.
this exists.
I want to add another level.
Okay.
Okay. Physical abuse, verbal abuse, I get it. And nobody should ever touch anybody. I get it. And what about the opposite? Like I met a guy yesterday tells me, well, I had to endure all of this abuse from her.
Well, I didn't say male or female. I just mean in general.
But it's normally male to female. But then yesterday they gave me a twist to the factor as to why the guy snapped. And I'm like, really? Guy snapped.
There was actually a study done saying that there's more female abusers than males, but because of society, like how we see men, men won't come out and say I'm being abused because you see it as like, oh no, my girlfriend just like slapped me. She doesn't want me to have like female friends, but if a male did that, it's abuse.
I gotta tell you, I heard this yesterday. I didn't say a word to you because of everything that went on in the morning. I get
Yeah.
it. But, and I don't even want to tell you where it came from, but the funny thing is, what she just said seems to be the core of why guys snap. Now, that's an excuse because you should never touch anybody. You don't want to be there. That's why God created a door and has two handles, one to walk in and one to walk out. I get that. But being that you brought this up, what is the fine line between those abuses, physical and mental?
Physical is when it physically harms you, which there's the emotional component of physical abuse also. And then there's the emotional abuse that you can't see on somebody else because there's no outward scars, there's no outward marks. However, that what it does to you inside can be more detrimental than the physical side of it
Agreed.
because it
100%.
just lasts and lasts.
And there
lasts.
is no cure to this thing, and it affects children, it affects the bird, it affects the goldfish, it affects the cat, it affects everything.
It's just at an all-time high. In business also, the way people act towards each other, I've never seen such nastiness.
You can
and
ask a
such
question and they snap.
cutthroat. And Freddie, I'm just mind-boggled by what it is because it comes over and over in all forms on everything. Have you guys been seeing like people are so short-fused over things versus being nicer? You are, Vinny?
In some cases, yeah.
I definitely see it, especially since quarantine started. People will snap at literally anything.
Anything.
I was watching videos the other day of people in gyms because of quarantine. They're asking you not to bring in huge water bottles, and some
Why?
lady literally, I don't know, there was something about like it doesn't fit. I don't remember the whole
Oh, okay.
reason, but it was something. This one gym that has a big franchise that I won't say doesn't allow you to bring in big water bottles. And
True.
someone was literally threatening to kill the manager who was saying you can't bring that in here.
In the movie theaters also, same thing.
Yeah.
They don't want you bringing in. And the reason, unfortunately, if you watched Capitol Hill yesterday and the FBI director was up there, homegrown terrorism is at an all-time high.
Oh, for terrorism. Okay.
And those metal containers, if you put a pipe bomb in there, the shrap that comes off of that, it kill the whole theater. I mean,
But
that's
the
a
thing is,
fact.
people are just, instead of being nicer to each other and saying, you know what, we're coming out of this, we're resilient. I think as American people, as a world, we're resilient and we've pulled together. And here we are a year later, right? There are 3 vaccines out there. Whether you believe in what happened or not, we've come together as a world and there are options and there is hope. But no, people are still fighting.
Germany has declined to take the vaccine because the one that's out is the one that hasn't been approved here, number 4. They have it already. And because we don't use it here, they are refusing to use it over there. They got something like 140 million vials sitting in refrigerators. I'm telling myself, you know what, bring it over here. I'll take it. But it hasn't been approved, number 4.
See, I just don't understand that people are just not
Okay,
nice to
I was
each
at
other.
Walmart. I opened my car door.
You always fight with people at
And
Walmart.
I had a text that came in, and I answered it, and I had my car door open, and I looked back, and I realized there was a car waiting for the spot. I was sugar, so I closed the door. She came, she parked. I came out, and I apologized. I said, I am so sorry. She said, you know something? Don't worry about it. That you said I'm sorry one time is so different than what's going on around us. And her and I, we walked not side by side, but we walked into Walmart together. And the message she left me is, I wish that more people would be apologetic, even if they make a mistake, because the world right now needs it. And I said, wow, I don't know her from Adam.
But that's how I'm feeling. And
Somebody else would have hit me with a bat.
I'm telling you,
Close the
what
door.
what I have seen the past 5 days is at an all-time level, even for no reason, even things that should just be a normal conversation aren't even a normal conversation. Maybe it's just our generation in business, but you're seeing it at the gym, Teddy. You guys seeing it at work or anywhere else with your friends?
Your friend? A little testy?
Yeah?
Like, what is it? I can't say it's my friends, but it's somebody. I don't. She shall remain nameless.
Another she?
No,
Do
this
you
not
know any
my.
male friends?
This is not my she. This is what is it? This is an added factor to my
She.
brother.
She says.
So the she,
Oh, I
she's
guess
always a
she's
very
short.
she's a bit like
Negative?
I don't know what it is, but she never brings a positive aura around her, and then she thinks I'm being rude because I'm not trying to either say hi to her. I'm like, I'm sorry, Empress. You know.
Chris.
Do you do that?
Yeah, because
You
I'm
do.
like,
That's just
what's
like
it-
saying, why don't you stick your finger in your ear?
like what? Like I don't like. I'm like, what do you expect from me? Who are you? Like I don't like. To be honest, I only know you as this person that my brother brings around.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you bring up.
Yeah.
If your family member is dating somebody and that date doesn't, what's the word, doesn't blend in well with the group, how do you handle it? What do you do?
Like my day or other people's day?
No, not yours, like your brother,
Say
your
your sister brings him a guy that you don't like.
I'll talk to her when he's gone. I'll tell her or him like they suck. You deserve better. Leave.
But let's assume that she's in love with him and she says, no, we're good. But you don't get along with him. Then what do you do?
Right? Is he treating her nicely though?
I just gotta complicate the question. I don't
Is he
know.
good to her?
I would become his
I am
socks.
not in that
I
relationship.
don't know.
Well, that's-
Again, the question is,
It's
we're
the
a
gray
group.
zone.
We're a group of people, right? Everybody in here has a significant other. And you don't get along with somebody's significant other in the group. What do you do? Do you tell them? Do you stay quiet? Or do you do what he does?
Okay.
Your Highness.
I'll put on a face, and then be nice to the guys. Like,
So you
"Hey."
won't be you.
Not in the moment. Then I'll tell them, dude, something's off with this person.
Okay, so you have a vote for changing who you are for the benefit of that person.
For that moment, then when he's gone, like if I feel safe enough to tell that person, then I'll tell that person. Actually, not the first time that happened to me, honestly.
One of my sisters
That's a good example.
did date quite a few people that I'm very happy that she's with someone great now. But it was for a long time that to their face, she would tell them, like, my sister's really mean and she's not going to like you because I didn't like any of her dates. And I was right. They were all terrible people and now she has a wonderful husband. But I can't be the person, like, if I don't think you're right if it's someone that I don't know very well, I think it's different. But if it's like my sister, one of my nieces, I don't
you're
believe in beating
brutally
around the
honest
bush. Yeah.
with your family, but you're not brutally honest with your associates.
Well, I think it depends how close they are. Like Slick and I,
She's
no matter how
pretty
much I love
brutally
him,
honest here.
that's true. But like if Slick brought someone I didn't like, I don't know him well enough to be comfortable being like, I don't think you're good for Slick to their face. But my sister, I will say, I think you're a terrible match, and I think you're a horrible person, and I don't want you with her.
I feel the same way.
Teddy's pretty honest.
feel the same way?
I had those conversations.
So if you're dating somebody, you don't want me to say, yo, that chick is 86, you gotta get rid of
No,
her.
if you're like my brother, like my brothers would tell me bluntly, and I'll tell my brothers
Your
bluntly.
brothers gets a pass. What about if he's not your brother?
Yeah, no, like if they're like close enough friends, because I do have close enough
Are
friends.
you
like
gonna
that.
listen or are you gonna be offended?
What is it? I'll listen to them because I'm like, they're like, what is it? They were there before her, so.
I think that's really hard to say if you would listen, because
Well-
I know I had a few that a lot of people in my life told me and told them to their faces, same thing, you're a really bad match, this is a bad time, this is a bad person. I was really stubborn, and I was like, no, it's fine, you're crazy. And I think you're never going to listen to people. You have to learn your lesson yourself, and it's up to you whether you lose those relationships on the way.
Okay.
For friends, I don't tell them because like I feel like if anything bad happens to them, I feel like they gotta learn the hard way of how things are.
So you will let them suffer.
For
But
them
then
to learn.
afterwards, but there's a downside to that, because if you don't tell them and then afterwards when they break up and they find
Why
out
didn't
you
you
didn't like
tell
them,
me?
yeah,
No,
why didn't
if I
you
didn't
tell me
tell
they were
them,
terrible?
no, there's a reason why I didn't tell them. Cause I know they won't listen. They'll listen
But
to
they'll
their
get
own.
mad. They'll say.
They'll listen to their own lust as their own
I
lesson.
see what you did there now.
Finally, you catch up.
A
Now, let
little
me
slow.
throw a curveball.
Wait, all right, although I'll say this. I usually give like how much time they have until they break up. Usually with me ending, I was a few weeks off.
It's okay.
That's why I love
He's
doing
backpedaling.
that.
Okay, now let me throw a curveball at you.
I love doing that.
Okay, let me throw a curveball at you because inner core confidence among yourself and your peers, because of what you do and where you work and movie actor of the future and phone guy of the future, director of the future, you guys are a little bit above the rim, maybe perhaps around people that you associate with. Now, because of that confidence, you got to have confidence in here to do what we do. You got to be able to tell people you got to do it this way, even though our deliveries need a little tweaking once in a while. Do you think an inner confidence is the reason why you are not able to tell other people the truth?
Yes.
Think about that. Inner confidence.
I personally or in general?
Personally.
Personally, no. I have been like this my whole life.
You're
I'm-
just this way anyway.
Well, no, when I was younger, I was very insecure about myself. I didn't think I could do anything, but I was always the person who I don't want to do anything for myself, but if it was for someone that I loved, then I would do anything. So, like, to
what's your
protect-
level of inner confidence?
right now?
Yeah.
Out of 10, probably like a 7 or 8. But
Okay.
back when I was younger, like a 2, 3. But I would still do anything to protect the people that I loved. So I don't think it's an inner confidence in yourself. I think
But
for
they
me,
love
it's a
the person.
protectiveness.
They feel that perhaps maybe you don't see the other side. Maybe you don't understand. You know, some women like to save guys. I love that whole thing, the way that works out. That's hilarious to watch. It's like our cartoon, Give Me the Popcorn. Women love to save guys and change them.
They
The
don't.
C word. Oh, you kidding?
They do not.
They do.
No, I mean, men don't change.
Excuse me, nobody changes.
People don't change.
Women don't change. Men
You
don't
know
change.
what? Here's the thing, though. You have to define change, because I'm going to have like a little issue with this one.
Okay, tell me.
Because I know I've become much more business focused
Not true.
on things.
You see, that's the benefit.
But deep in my heart, I will always help you out.
It's the benefit of talking to your mom and dad. You see, perception in the mirror is one perception. Truth is another. You've always been business savvy. Didn't you run your father's business for how many years?
Yeah, but I mean, as far as
I'm sorry, how many years?
deadlines, 12.
12 years. And was he successful?
Yes.
It was like
So-
this is like a left and right brain arguing with each other about this.
You know what? A baseball player doesn't think he ever does enough. An artist doesn't think the art is good enough. When you do production, you always say, I can do better. Okay, that's the edge. That's what separates you from the Hall of Fame. When you think you can always do better, you're going to make the Hall of Fame. So this is nothing new. You believe that you weren't this and you weren't. You believe more in the things that you weren't than the things that you are. I mean, this is just fact. Same thing with Teddy. Teddy's always been confident.
But I am more confident, I'm saying, in business and what I know we can do and our level of
You've always been.
expertise. And then somebody comes in crying, and then I go right back to
You don't
that
go back
other
to
side of
anything.
me.
You feel for them and you
Always.
sort of dwell on your past. Everybody in here, you ever gone back to your past and say, I remember when, because you're seeing a sad situation, you got to learn how to say, you know what, it's time to live in today. We don't have time right now to think back and go into that softer side.
Well, let me ask you, I'm going to ask Teddy first, because she's got so much confidence as a woman. When someone says to you, you shoulda, coulda, woulda done this better, I don't like the job, do you get defensive? Or do you say, these are the facts, and how would you handle something like
Be
that?
careful how you ask that question. by the way.
I have to say, actually, something I heard recently changed it because I think the natural reflex for me would be to get a little defensive and say, well, you don't know what's going on. But I heard something recently that said the best job you can do is one that you knew you could have done better and you knew you could have done faster, and it makes you want to do it again. And that actually really did change it, because now when I hear it, I'm kind of like, you're right, I probably could have done that better, and next time I'll learn from it and I will do it better.
Well, that comes from the school then. Do you dictate to people how to do things, or do you roll up your sleeves and say, let's do it together? Is it better to have an army where people will go to war for you? Or is it better to have an army that waits for your instructions and then one day they're going to say, I ain't doing that?
Ask this one who's on his phone.
Oh. It's what is it? It all
What is it? I
depends.
don't know. I'm asking you. What is
It all
it?
depends. It all depends on like because I know if I put 100% on a project, and I'm thinking about like the few clients that you guys had that I did work for, and they say I didn't do it the correct way. I'm like, what didn't do? Because I always ask, how would you want it to be portrayed? Because it's not my picture to portray. I can only edit what you give me. So if I'm highly confident on how I place down a project, I mean, I will take your criticism, but I mean, I wouldn't. I
Wait,
think I wouldn't lash out.
is it criticism or is it their opinion?
It's their opinion, because like at the end of the day, I look at it like, I mean, you could have seen, you could have tried to see if you could have done it, but I mean, I will go back and redo it and re-edit it for you, but I just. I say criticism's an opinion, to be honest.
So are you more sensitive to criticism, the word criticism? Or is anybody more sensitive because somebody criticizes you? Like somebody said to me, don't be defensive because they had an opinion. I says, I'm not being defensive. I just don't like being
Accused.
accused.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know my business, don't try to run my business.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that, because like I mean I'm the youngest of four, and then every time like I always got vocal about something, they thought I was being defensive because I didn't like critiquing. But I'm like, you guys are always the loudest. I can't hear anything if you guys are just they used to all just talk over each other, and they say, you're not doing this right, you're not doing this right, you're not doing. I'm like, what am I not doing right? You're not explaining.
Well, let me ask you, if you were to tell people, you know, when you're 100% correct and let it die, and then the next day you come back and you approach them on something, you know, you don't know how to brush your teeth, or you don't know how to put on your socks.
Oh no.
But where the hell did you, and you use the same words. I did this. I did this 2
No,
weeks ago.
I think I'm going through this.
And I used the same words, yes.
Yes, you
Teddy
did.
remembers. And I used the exact same words. And do you know that the person who was criticizing me looked at me, and then until I said, I used your words.
Yeah, but then it continues. They did not learn from that
It doesn't
encounter.
matter. But it doesn't matter.
I
doesn't.
think part of it too is how, like you said, the delivery. Is it a constructive criticism of, hey, next time I think we should do this and it'll make this better? Or is it, I didn't get the results I want and it's your fault? Because those are two very different things. If someone's just telling you how to run your business, that's that's not constructive criticism. If it's, hey, next time I think we need to watch this a little bit more. Hey, next time let's add this in. That is a lot easier to take because it's trying to improve what you're doing.
But they also have to understand that sometimes we're trying to deliver things and things happen. Teddy was in here with me yesterday trying to do Steve-O's board, a very big Republican female I found out who she really is. Oof. Big, big, big. And we had all sorts of stuff going on. And that's when you say you're ready to go. I looked at you and says, no, because we were frustrated that the phone didn't work 3 tries and then it worked.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
We
but it
don't
works.
know. It was the gremlins or whatever, right? But we're trying to get all this up, and the host, we should have just muted them or saying, "Oh, we're gonna be late." Again, criticism is one thing, but when you use the words that they use to speak to you, and then they sit back and they go, "Wow, you're talking very mean to me." I said, honey, you talked to me 2 weeks ago with the same words.
What do you think, Vinny?
Sorry, I just lost my own thought a minute. Give me a second to roll back up
He
again.
was like ready to roll. That situation,
I just lost my own train of thought. Sorry.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking to win battles here. I don't care.
Oh, right, decisive fire. Sorry, I've never known what we're talking about. Okay, sorry, go ahead, Fred.
Vinny showed up again.
good
That's
morning,
the other
Vinny.
I don't want to win battles. What I want people to understand is that what you're looking at here isn't Freddie's doing. This is a team effort. When people come into this place and they look around and they go, wow, is this a production studio or a museum? I says, well, you tell me. It isn't what I want them to see, I want to see what they see. And the productions that we do, we know what we go. Everybody in this room knows, including you on this side now, knows what it takes to get this done, to get it heard, to get it seen, and everything else around you. And people are beginning to notice because they're crawling out of a rock. But don't come to me and tell me that I'm doing it wrong. You want to tell me I could do it better, show me where. You know, I don't like losing equipment either. I never anticipated 35, 40-mile-an-hour winds, never. But I'm going to tell you something. If you think you can do what I did on Sunday, I'll put $1,000 on any table. I talked to Gio last night. He was laughing. He says, but I don't know any better. Okay, so use your words differently. Don't condemn, because once you take a nail and you stick it in the wrist, crucifixion, you can't take the nail out. Just remember that when you talk to other people.
What do you think? You lost your train of thought again?
No, I listen to you guys.
Team effort?
Definitely team effort.
When someone says, Vinny, you didn't do do you get defensive?
Oh, I definitely get defensive.
Why?
I know they don't mean to criticize me harshly, but I take it too hard sometimes. Like, I don't do it for it just happens.
Yeah, but you can't dwell on what other people's opinion of you is none of your business. You ever heard
See,
that
I
saying?
never understand that.
Your opinion of me is none of my business.
But
I
that's
don't
not
care.
true.
It is true. Let me ask you something. If I
That's
criticize how you get dressed, and I say, oh, you all this and all that, and you go to pay your rent, does my criticism pay your rent? Does my criticism dress you? Is my criticism you, or are you you? You, that's like a yo-yo.
You never yo-yo, guys?
People criticizing your clothing, how you dress and everything else.
You know, part of what we do here with our crew, for me, is I want them to learn not only the business, not only the video production, how to edit, what it takes, the seconds, the quality, the sound, what you all see. What I'm hoping that they learn is the integrity of who they are, and to be able to say, you know what, I did the best I can do. I could do better, or you know what, I think this is great and this is why. You may not agree, but this was my vision. And that's one of my biggest things is I hope that they're learning from this. And Teddy said yesterday when you were teaching, I think whoever you were teaching, she said, you know, it's been a long time since I saw Freddie teach. I really like seeing that. And it made me stop for a second, and that is why we started this whole program, was to be able to share and to learn from them what our business is and what it's like, because this world is not getting nicer. And since you and I started, it's really not getting nicer.
Well, this is the point of the whole conversation for me.
And that's what I'm hoping is that, and I sat down, Val was doing a commercial spot yesterday. Normally I would just say, you guys do it. And she sat down with a voiceover, and I actually sat next to her, and I rewrote it with her. Not because I didn't like what she did. I just thought there was more clarity of how we could do it. So I'm hoping she takes it as constructive. I think this is better, not Val, I didn't like the work. 'Cause Val is spectacular, but I kind of was learning from you is, you know what? Let's hone it in and really bring forth a powerful
And you
message.
got a lot of ears in here, a lot of eyes that can help changing and tweaking and everything else. But the whole point of this conversation is for you who's watching, because you are your own best. You have to dwell from inside at home and don't think about the negative in the day. And trust me, my father told me when you go out the door, that's when it starts. Have confidence in what you do. That way, the more confidence you have at home, the better you feel about you, the better you're going to be to everybody else around you. And that is the message of today. Live your life. Enjoy your life. And also, remember, you are the best at who you are. Is there always room for improvement? Damn right, man. That's what life is about, is that little room for improvement. But enjoy who you are. Enjoy the person that you are, irregardless of what anybody thinks. It's none of your business what they think. It's only what you think right now in a positive note. Now, those of you that have the negative notes, you know, let's go it up one notch, a drop at a day, and see what happens.
It's like I was thinking of you. Tomorrow it's going to be nice and cool out.
Cold.
Guess what's happening tomorrow?
Beautiful. Cold
That bay
front.
door is going up.
Yeah, but when you put the bay door up, make sure that everything in front
We're
of it
going
is
to move
moved.
it. We're going to move everything.
And there's a little vacuum or something that you need to put in that corner, because every time you do that, the rats
I
come
know.
in
Too
here.
bad you don't have any screen doors.
I know.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Don't give him any ideas.
Now that is very doable. Do you know you can put a lightweight screen in the front of the bay and it comes down? I had one in New York. I
Really?
made one. We can make it. They sell the Home Depot sells. You know anybody who works at Home Depot?
I don't know.
Only windows and doors.
You can
No.
actually have it.
Oh no,
He
but
works
yeah,
at
I
Windows
work
and
with the screens. I work with the
I
screens.
know.
too,
You ever, you can order a screen that's 8 by 60.
No, we have them in stock.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. and it can be made, and it has rollers on it. I did it in New York.
It might be
Now, the other
cool.
thing I want to ask you, can we get a giant air balloon video television thing to watch movies?
We can talk about it.
Ooh, what kind of movie do you want to watch? I see Young Frankenstein.
Borat.
Oh, I like
2.
Young Frankenstein. No.
Yeah.
Yes, Young Frankenstein.
Are you doing no pun intended included something
No,
today?
today I'm doing all art. I'm just doing my own art. I'm making something I've been working on for like a few weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're an artist?
I know. I'm surprised at that too.
Really?
Yeah. All
You
right.
paint,
Never
draw?
saw. Oh yeah. No, not draw. Photoshop stuff.
Oh, okay.
Or you're a photo artist?
Yeah.
Oh, that I could tell.
That we know. All right.
That we know.
Tune in, no pun something
Yeah.
No
on this
pun.
wonderful Wednesday.
No pun.
We got a lot of stuff coming up today, so
No pun.
tune in. No pun?
No pun.
No pun intended.
But
But have a
No
great
pun.
morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Yes, welcome back to our morning show. We'll see you in a little bit.
Are you done?
I'm done.
No pun. Don't be late. We'll see you at 12.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.